So this is a wild one. Like it is gross. It is disturbing, but it's kind of incredible too, all at the same time. So they just released body footage from December of 2018, and what is on that body footage is a police officer going to an Arizona state hospital, and it was at Hacienda Healthcare because there was a patient there in a vegetative state, you guys, completely unconscious, coma-like vegetative state, okay, and birthed a child. When she was brought in, not pregnant, but 9 months later or whatever,
someone had been assaulting her.
Yep, she birthed a child. So I guess we'll start with the good. The incredible thing is the human body in that situation. She was in a vegetative state and birthed a human being.
The body does what it needs to do all by itself.
It's
you
incredible.
don't even have to push.
It is so incredible. Now, the obvious negative here is she was in a vegetative state.
The baby doesn't have a mother.
You can't do the things that you need to do to create a baby in a vegetative state. So somebody was assaulting her. And
now the baby also doesn't have a mother. Like, I went to the child, but yes, also she was being abused, which was disgusting.
Yes, it is. And, the cops did a phenomenal job in this situation where they walked in and they were on it right away. In the body cam footage, all the nurses that are there, and they made a statement that, it's really strange because this woman only gets taken care of by female nurses. It's all female nurses on this staff. So they start asking these two officers, they start looking through the sign-in records. They find out that she has family, her mom, a sister, and a brother that come and see her, and they sign in every time. They go through all that sign-in data, and the cops really start investigating, and they're asking great questions where I was watching this, I was like, dang, good job,
family member,
investigators. No.
Gosh.
But they go through all of that data because remember, that's 9-month-old data they got to look at. So they end up finding out who it is in their investigation. And it is a male nurse, Nathan Sutherland. He was immediately arrested and charged, and he had been going in there and assaulting her while in a vegetative state.
So was he ever her nurse? Like, was she ever in his care? No. So he just was.
He went out of his way.
He went out of his way. Yeah.
Yep. He went out of his way to take advantage in that situation. And that is just thinking about it, right? And you guys that have been watching for a while, one of the things I like to do is like try and put myself in the mind of a criminal. I just think of this case and it just disturbs me. It is extremely gross disturbing thinking about trying to handle a body of someone who's in a vegetative state and doing that. Like it's disgusting. It's gross. I'm glad that the police were on their stuff and they were on top of it and their investigative techniques were on point, asking the right questions, going to the right places right away, and they were able to find this guy.
There's some people's heads I don't want to be in. Like, I don't want to think about that.
Yeah. I just don't understand it. But like I said, this also blows me away. I am shocked at the human body. You look at a situation like this and it's incredible.
Yeah.
It's incredible. It just sucks it's in a negative situation like this. But the human body is insane. It's incredible. These nurses had no idea. Literally like 8 of them, and they're all crying and like can barely contain their emotions. They just walk in and there's a baby born laying there,
So I'm so curious, like you probably don't know, but I'm so curious if they noticed any shift in her vitals, like blood pressure going up.
I would assume not, because all they knew was no baby, and the woman had been in a vegetative state that entire time.
They didn't see her belly growing.
I have no idea.
Like, they have to wash them.
Idea.
They have to like, wash them and get, like, all of their parts, like, because they get bed sores and
I get
like
it.
they should be seeing every inch of her body, to be honest, regularly.
I get it.
So I find it a bit surprising they had zero idea, but maybe they also thought, like, she's in a coma. There's no way, like, that wasn't even on their radar of possibilities.
Yes,
But, my mom worked in, nursing and helped women deliver babies, and that is something she actually has told me many times, that random miracle cases she's told me before, but that a woman's body knows what to do.
Yeah.
And even if, like, you can't do anything, your body's going to do it for you.
Yeah. Yeah, and we see here that is 100% true in this situation. And again, I just find it incredible while this is simultaneously disturbing. So
it's super disturbing. Like, what a monster. What a freak.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Go find some girl to lay there and pretend to be a doll or something.
Yeah, dude, I you guys know I'm a firm believer. Like, everyone should be able to explore anything consensually. Obviously, like, that is so obvious. So he's exactly where he should be, and he, I hope, is no longer a nurse. Again, this goes back to what's up with nurses. I don't know why people that tend to assault other people, whether it's sexually or physically or whatever, like the nurse profession, doctor profession, these power positions, you know what I mean? But I'm curious what you guys think, and I would love to know your input. Actually, I know that we have multiple nurses watching our show, and I've had some of the best experiences in my life with nurses where I am so blown away at how much they care. But I've also seen some of the worst too, So I would love your input. Can you tell when you're a nurse and working with others? Because I assume you're around more nurses than someone who's not a nurse would be. Can you tell, like, right off the bat, who's the good ones and who's there to care for people? And then you have the questionable people where you're like, why are they even in this job? Are they the ones that tend to do this kind of stuff, or?
Yeah, I had the most incredible nurse in the ER one time from Poland, and I have never met anybody in my life who could take, like, such a scary, anxiety-ridden situation, and she's literally, like, I've never met anybody who had that much light around them.
Yeah.
That, like, ever.
Yeah.
She just literally could walk in a room and just make you feel okay.
Which that's
like,
amazing
I assume
for
that's
a nurse.
what people feel like when they, like, feel the presence of God. Like,
yeah.
That's what it felt like. Like, just complete comfort and, like, everything's okay.
Yeah.
I have never met a single other person who could do that, and she's the only one that I've ever met.
Yeah, and that's amazing. Hopefully there are other nurses out there like that.
She was like a literal angel, while Lucy Letby's like the angel of death.
Yeah, I know it. But let us know what you think, guys.
So